And we're live.
Your boy Mo Brown.
Your boy Van Deezy.
And this is the Upstate New York Knicks podcast. Welcome to the Upstate New York Knicks podcast, where we give you the Knicks take north of Westchester. We're located and recorded live from the 315, Syracuse, New York. You could take us out the city, but the garden is in my heart forever.
And ever and ever.
Forever and ever.
And ever and ever.
Got to shout out, obviously, the podcast is produced by SFE, Smooth Family ENT. Check us out on Twitter.
Yep.
At Smooth Family ENT. Also, be sure to follow this podcast on all of the socials, but it's Upstate_Knicks. And be sure to follow both of us at MoBreezy213 and at Frostmon Guru.
That's me.
This week, we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot. Let's talk
about
it.
Week.
Let's go.
What a week.
The week that was. This was a week.
Was
a week.
I was not happy with this week, man.
We really got MVP chance and fire everybody calls in the same week. It was so wild that the agenda Twitter was flat out in disbelief. Like,
they had nowhere to go.
Even their hate, like both ways though. They were in disbelief, impressed, but they were also in disbelief at how terrible we were.
Yes.
Versus Dallas.
I was also in disbelief. It was really nasty.
It was.
We're piling up the nasty weeks now.
There's some caveats, I will say. So today is January 2nd. So we recording.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to everybody tuning in. Hope y'all safe out there, 2023. We are recording not too long after the Cavs win. So if y'all, not the Cavs, what am I talking about? The Suns win. Versus Chris Paul. Just him. Nobody else wanted to play today, including DeAndre Ayton. I'll take it. Great win. I feel like they simmed the fourth quarter, but no, we'll get into it. But no, the week started in Dallas. Terribly. And literally ended with Julius getting MVP chance at the Garden. That's the kind of week we just had, y'all. Y'all watching this. Oh, man. But yeah, let's get into it. You want to talk Dallas or you want to talk big?
Let's start. Let's start. It's the reviews.
Yes.
We're going to start.
So we're going to go game by game.
So fresh off.
Christmas Day sale.
A Christmas Day sale. Holiday sale.
Holiday sale. Buy one, get two free.
We came in here last week.
Yes.
Feeling a little down.
Yes.
Feeling a little down. No sports victories on our Christmas weekend.
This is true.
And
rough time.
We both came in here and said we think that the streak ends and it ends immediately.
Yes.
And it almost did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it almost did.
Frame one.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning of the game. So it was a good game.
So I feel like before we talk about Dallas, we gotta highlight by saying Jalen Brunson didn't play.
He didn't.
He sat out. He didn't play from the start. And what was it, 47 seconds into the game, RJ Barrett got lacerated by Luka Doncic on his finger.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know that could happen on basketball court.
So Rowan, we lost Rowan to Logan Doncic. Logan Doncic, the Wolverine.
The real Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
He slashed.
Hugh Jackman, I'm sorry.
He's out. He's still out. RJ is still out.
Yeah.
After being cut on the finger.
An entire 6 days by being stabbed, basically.
Assault.
I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to stop Luka from doing all these war crimes and stuff like this.
It was really nasty. But we, like Guru said, 47 minutes of elite basketball.
I loved it.
We were really putting them, and honestly, in the group chat, we was having all kinds of discussion.
Oh, yeah.
We need
to start a dialogue.
The lineups were out of this world. It was insane. It was crazy. Thibs was not prepared for this at all, and I feel like he got shell-shocked. And in the first quarter, Quickly and McBride was playing too good, and he didn't know what to do. He got flat out shell-shocked, and for 40, I think IQ played 51 minutes McBride played 50 minutes. Neither one of them averages more than 20 minutes a game. Just imagine you chilling. You're Deuce McBride. You're going into this game thinking you might get a little extra time.
Trying to figure out what you're going to do with your 15 minutes.
With my 15 minutes, how I'm going to get right.
The game.
No, you're going to play 48 minutes. For regulation, he only sat 2 minutes. And IQ.
It was gross.
It was disgusting. It was the worst lineup situation ever. And Thibs has been running terrible lineup since he got here. It was really out of control bad. But for 47 minutes, it was working. I think Quentin Grimes had 27. You got the stats. I pull them up.
We got Quentin Grimes. Great elite. Quentin Grimes game. So I'm gonna start there.
Very good.
So
I'm gonna say very good because I watched the last minute too.
It was. We had an elite 47 minutes of Quentin Grimes.
I want to talk about the first 47 minutes and then the rest of the game
because he
was nuts.
Was on one. Yeah. He was on one. It was him and Luka back to back. He was just pulling. I was like, this is the Quentin Grimes I prayed for. Yeah. This is the Quentin Grimes that I knew that I told y'all was coming out of the Christmas Day game, and he was in the gym and he was in the lab, and it was time. It was time. He was like, "Yo, Van Deezy, I feel you, bro. I heard the pod. I ain't like the way that I made you feel. So I got you, King. I got a 33 burger for you.
I'm gonna play much better.
Yes, for 47 minutes. So I'm starting there.
It was great for 47 minutes.
Besides the fact that we got 51 minutes of Emmanuel Quickly, 48 minutes of Quentin Grimes, 45 minutes of Julius Randle, which is kind of normal. It's nuts, but it's normal for an overtime game, by the way. 36 minutes of Mitchell Robinson. We got 46 minutes of Deuce McBride.
46 minutes of Deuce McBride. Oh, let me pull up his season average.
And then the only other three people to play were Jericho Sims with 13 minutes, Derrick Rose, the return of Derrick Rose for 12 minutes, obviously, and 12 minutes of Isaiah Hartenstein. And those three fine young men did absolutely nothing on the basketball court. That is, they spelled.
They hung out.
They spelled. They
got vibes.
Did cardio. It was nasty.
I want the record to show that Deuce McBride this season, in which he's playing more than he's played his whole life.
Yes.
Professionally.
Yes.
This season, he's averaging 14.2 minutes a game. That will come into play later.
Yeah.
It will come into play when we talk about this last minute, which was terrible.
So as we're playing Knicks South, right?
Knicks South. Putting them. We were putting them. We were really clamping them. The only person that did anything was Luka and
a sprinkle of Spencer Dinwiddie with 25 points.
Yes.
And I feel like he only got 25 points to supplement the fact that Luka Doncic had 10 assists and somebody had to score.
Someone had to get those assist points.
So this was nasty for several reasons. So first of all, as you guys know, Luka Doncic had a Wilt Chamberlain-esque stat line.
Yes.
In which no one in the history of the NBA had 60 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists.
One of one. We said history twice that night.
Yeah.
For the wrong reasons.
Terrible. Oh, you want to tell them the other reason? Tell them the other reason.
So the other reason, as we get into the last minute, what was it? 40 seconds? 27 seconds?
I feel like it was 33 seconds.
33 seconds, up 9 points.
9.
That's a 3-possession game, all threes. Up 9.
Up 9.
And lost the game. No team in NBA history had ever done that. It was terrible. It was disgusting, and we're going to talk about the specifics, how Quentin Grimes got just abused, and they let Luka get away with it. We're going to talk about the free throws, all that. But I want to start by talking about last week, because that matters.
It does.
So last week,
what did you say?
We lost 2 of the worst losses. So honestly, throughout the season, first it was OKC, then it was Atlanta, then it was Cleveland, or Cleveland might have been before Atlanta. I don't know how they came, but we kept having horrible losses. And then in Chicago, we topped it. We had the worst loss.
Still the worst. Still the worst loss to me.
We had the worst. Nah, that's not worse than this Dallas loss to me. We had the ball up 1 with our best free throw shooter on the free throw line. He missed both. We lost by 1.
Yes.
And we outperformed that miraculous L. We were up 9.
9 points.
With 30 seconds to go, and we did not get that win. Let's talk about it.
Why?
So, I will say they needed a lot to go right in that last 30 seconds.
And everything went
right.
Everything.
It was perfect. They got every single bounce they needed. They got every single call they needed. Everything they needed to happen in that last minute, they got. 90% of it was us. I'm putting a little bit on the refs, and I'm giving Luka some credit because to miss that free throw and then make the shot, I thought that was impressive. That I'll give him. Missing the free throw, so we had Miles missing the free throw. Nasty.
Only plays 14 minutes a game.
Yeah, this is true.
And took 6 free throws.
He took 6 free throws. He plays 14 minutes a game. He was on minute, I think, 41. Like basketball's about rhythm. You always hear players talk about getting in rhythm, if you're in a 14 minutes a game rhythm and now you're playing 40 minutes, it's different. It just feels different. It's just a different level of play. You could see as the game was getting on, they was getting more tired. And I was like, man, can we get some Evan minutes? Can we get some just useless Cam minutes just to get in there? And
you know what that maniac said?
Gula.
You know what that maniac said?
I literally don't know where the key is. I couldn't get Cam out if I wanted to.
Evan who?
I couldn't get Cam out if I wanted to.
Derrick Rose got in off merit. You can't tell me that. And I respect it, honestly.
He was literally grandfathered into the game.
Yeah. He was like, they literally sliced RJ's hand open. I guess I'm going to play my former MVP.
Really?
And as you guys know, I do not advocate for Derrick Rose minutes. Not even a little bit. And he showed me why I don't want any Derrick Rose minutes during the 12 minutes that he was on the court doing absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Mid. Not a good defender.
He's just
honestly, I think his
not at
injury
the age
helps
of 33.
Yeah. And it's not anything against him, to be honest. Like, who's it? Lou Williams down in Atlanta? Yeah. Also can't defend.
I think he's retired, though.
Oh, they sent him out. Okay. I know last year he was playing, but like...
He couldn't defend either.
Yeah, Derrick's role this year is Lou Williams' last year. That's the ceiling. And honestly, in Atlanta, you could get away with it because their whole defense is built around having a player that can't defend, where ours is not. You got to play defense in the Thibs system. But no.
He literally don't play people that don't play defense.
Yes.
That's what he does.
And Derrick Rose doesn't play defense. And like, I love him. I know he's Thibs, that's your guy, but you know, I'm glad you realized that. But I want to get back to this game.
Yes.
So Christian Wood had not made any threes. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember him shooting all game. I'm not looking at the stat line.
He's 3 for 9 from the 3-point.
He was 3 for 9. So he was 2 for 8 before this shot. So he made
He hit 2 of them, by the way. He hit 2 of them.
He just got hot.
So he was 1 for 7. Don't rob that brother. Yeah. Don't rob that brother of his inefficiency. He was 1 for 7.
1 for 7. Chucks up a 3. Hits. They went for the trap, for the, what's it called? The hell ball. And the refs gave it to him on Quentin right away. It was the quickest hell ball call I ever seen. So granted, I'm saying we sold 90% us. But I think the refs blew that one right there. And honestly, I think if the refs get that call right, they fouled him. They fouled him. That was not a hell ball. They just fouled him. Nothing else happened. I wish I could play the video for y'all. They just went and fouled Quentin Grimes.
And they called the hell ball.
They called the hell ball. It was the quickest hell ball I've ever seen.
Felt like a home call, too.
Yeah.
It felt like a home call.
I want to say, like, usually the whole ball tie-up is like half a second. It was right away. It was like a take foul almost. But if that hell ball is free throws, we might be having a different conversation right now. But it wasn't. So we are. We're going to talk about this. The lineup is inexcusable. I don't honestly, after this game, and me just thinking back to it right now, I was on the fire Thibs bandwagon. It takes a lot for me to want to fire a coach because I get it. So I played sports in college and high school. It's a big deal when the coach leaves. The locker room is confused. Like, you don't want to do that unless it's warranted, and it was warranted. You can't do that. You can't have a guy who regularly plays 14 minutes a night. You can't just say, tonight you're going to go 40 minutes when you have depth.
It was also crazy to me to see the amount of fans that didn't tried to downplay the fact that we had Miles McBride and Emmanuel quickly playing over 40 minutes in a game that they literally were not adequately prepared for. And
At
it's
all.
like, I'm seeing so many people like, nah, y'all wanted them to play the kids. He played the kids. And I'm like, no, that's not what we want.
Don't play the kids idiotically. Play them wise.
It made no sense to play them that many minutes and having two able bodies on the bench. It didn't make no sense to me.
Yes.
And we adequately got cooked. We sold the last 30 seconds. It was disgusting. Like, it literally was Deuce and Quentin cooking. They going for the same rebound. And that's some type of shit that just happens. Like,
when you're tired.
Once Luka hit that, I was like, oh, it's GG's.
Yeah.
We're not winning overtime.
Yeah, I knew overtime wasn't
You can't come back from that. You can't come back from that at all.
Yes.
Like, that's too soul crushing.
It was mentally crushing. And also, they had just played 46 minutes. Like, Quickly was at 46 minutes at that point. I think Deuce was at
these are not
41.
All-Stars.
Yeah, these are not 41 minute a night guys. I don't even think Deuce gets 40 minutes a night in the G League. Like, no one's doing that. That's an absurd amount of minutes.
It's not smart.
It's just not smart. It just wasn't smart. Julius played 46 minutes. Like, they were tired. They were clearly tired. Honestly, at the start of overtime, I was expecting Thibs to sit one of them. And in my head, I was like, what am I thinking? It's Thibs. But just off of exhaustion, they were tired. They're human beings. You need water. You need oxygen. You can't just be sprinting full speed trying to guard Luka Doncic all night.
This is professional basketball.
Pro basketball versus professional athletes. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was the nastiest loss to me. So Guru saying it's not the nastiest. It was the nastiest loss to me. So I'm
excusing this loss. I'm gonna let you go, but only excusing this loss as not being worse than the Chicago loss that happened literally 4 days earlier. About you guys,
back to back.
4 days
Terrible
earlier.
losses.
And I have a list. I'm currently at 6 of them. 6 really bad losses. 6 really bad losses that I'm at. Chicago's number 1. Dallas. Yes. This Dallas one is number 2.
Yeah, the other Dallas
one is number 3.
2 of the nastiest losses
have come to Knicks South, and I don't like that at all. I don't like that. But I'm only excusing this one because Jalen was 1 out. And as we saw from Christmas, he was hampered. He was just not.
His body was hurt.
He hurt. Needed to recover.
Yes.
He's also been playing a ton of minutes that he's not used to playing, and he's thriving. But the body you got to get used to that.
And he plays a very physical brand. He's on the floor.
One thing you can give Julius is that Julius has been in Thibs' system for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So he knows that Thibs is playing me 42 minutes a night.
RJ too.
Yeah.
RJ also knows.
So we are just going to have to just be in tip-top shape. That's just how it goes. And this is year 1 of Jalen in Thibs' system. So I expect him to round into more better physical shape to get to withstand some of the injuries, but he's been doing a good job so far, and I'm giving him that because Logan Doncic sliced RJ's hand wide open, in the midst of a good RJ run. We get ready to have MJ Barrett for the beginning of the year, and you slice his hand open.
My God,
what are you doing?
Laceration. He's been out since December 20. He's been out since December 27th. That was 4 games ago. He had an injury to his finger, slice laceration so bad that he had to miss 4 games. And RJ don't miss games. So I really think it's bad. I really think something is up that is bad. And you said what I was going to say. The only caveat to this loss, I still think it's the worst loss of the year because we was up now with 30 seconds. We had stolen the win. But the reason I say we stole the win is because of the next game. What was proved, what happened in the next game is what should have happened versus Dallas.
It was actually a direct reflection of why.
I think it was a direct reflection of like, the morale, the depression. But I don't.
Depression.
Without Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett, we're just not that good of a team. If we're not gonna play Cam Reddish, if we're gonna run Sims and Hart out there, like if we're not doing this and we don't have Brunson and RJ, it's just a really raw lineup. It's a really raw. Like we was giving Evan minutes as just like a spell guy, like just to give folks a breather. And like, honestly, I thought Dallas should have put us. Once RJ got hurt, I was thinking about betting the line. Like, because they're supposed to be a playoff basketball team. I don't know. Y'all told me Dallas was good. And
they won like seven in a row.
Yeah, they was hot and they punched us last time. I thought we was
like the fifth win of that 7 in a row.
Like in my head, I'm like, okay, this is a good team. And then once I saw RJ go out like that, because I was already worried. Because let's be clear, in order to win, we need Brunson, RJ, and Julius to all have good games.
Yes.
If one of them has a bad game, we lose.
That is what happens.
There's no way around that. All the time.
It never not happens that way.
Sometimes they have good games and we still lose. Sometimes one of them has a great game
and we still lose.
Yeah. But if any of them have a bad game, it's GG's. Yeah. We just don't have enough firepower. So when Brunson and RJ was down, I thought the game was going to be an L anyway, but we had a chance to steal it. We didn't steal it.
Because we sold.
That's all I'll say.
Let's move on. That game depressed me. This game also depressed me.
Yes. This game depressed me. But so we in San Antonio, y'all, December 29th in San Antonio.
The worst team in basketball.
Literally tanking.
They gave Victor Wemb.
I want to see. Because when he checked in, so I don't know if y'all was listening last week, but I said they give Dougie McBuckets minutes. They gave Dougie McBuckets minutes and he was giving chips. Chips. Not only did Doug McDermott, let's be clear, I like Doug McDermott. My guy.
Once a Knick.
Once a Knick, always a Knick. Doug McDermott went 2 for 4 from 3, had a plus 18, 4 assists. He was cooking up.
It's actually disgusting.
It's really nasty that a team running this lineup gave us so much difficulty. And not even gave us difficulty, beat us. They defeated us. Soundly. Yeah. I thought we would compete more than we did because they took the lead in the first and they really never let go. Like, they just beat us. Like, they were just a better team that night. But this game went how I expected the Dallas game to go.
Hold up. Wait. So, the lineup.
Let's hear it.
Trey Jones. Brother of Tyus Jones.
The whack brother. Not even a good brother. And mind you, Tyus is not a superstar.
Keldon Johnson. Their best player. 30 points, by the way.
30 P.
Jacob Podol. 9 and 12. The Romeo Langford game, by the way. 23 points. These are people that were 14th and 15th men on other people's benches.
Yeah, these are people on the fringe of the league.
That Pop decided I'm tanking for my next Tim Duncan for. And I respect, Pop, he's unashamed with it too.
No shame. He said out loud that our goal is to hold Luka under 50.
That's what he said.
That's what you say when you tank it.
He said under 50. He said bet the under on under 50.
And was wrong too. Just nasty. Declaring that a guy won't get 50 and letting him get 51 is
so nuts.
Nasty.
So I hated this game for several reasons. I hated this game mainly because I wanted us to win this game because I felt as though if we win this game, we could get 3 straight going into the new year, and maybe we could beat Phoenix, which we did. Yeah. And I could live with being 3 over 500 over. Coming into this week, I could live with that. Like, even with the bad 5-game losing, with the 4-game at the time losing streak, that this made it 5 games. But I felt like this was the worst team in basketball. And like we said last week,
they are actively tanking.
We have been successfully beating the teams we were supposed to be until this week. Until this run of L's.
Yeah.
And losing to the teams we're supposed to lose to. And that's annoying and that's aggressively mid, but that's way better than selling to San Antonio. Like
San Antonio Spurs.
They don't even got the Tim Duncan guy yet. No, not yet.
They have no one on their roster. I think
Keldon Johnson is the only person on their roster that's starting for.
Has he made an All-Star game?
No.
Their whole roster has 0 All-Star appearances, 0 rings, like very little playoff experience. I think Josh Richardson, the only one with playoff experience. It's a really nasty lineup. So a few takeaways from our side. I got to give him his flowers. Julius Randle, we're going to talk about it in the topics. Julius Randle is hooping. He's hooping. He heard all y'all slander. He has a Twitter account, probably a burner, and he's listening to y'all talk about trading him. And he's like, oh, yeah?
I got chips for y'all.
I got chips for y'all. So he gave 41, 11, and 7 that night. I will never complain with those numbers. On 27 shots, and he fishing 41. He did his job. It wasn't him just chugging up shots. He had a -12, but I do think Quickly played a good game. They both played 43 minutes. That's too much. But like Deuce McBride went from 46 minutes the night before down to 31 because Thibs realized that he's not that guy. Like, you can't just run Deuce McBride out there all these minutes. We did get an Evan Fournier sighting. I actually appreciated him coming in. He hit some shots. He made some plays. I think he got to keep his trade value like nominal. And I think he did that. We're going to talk about it. He played good today too. But I wanted to see Cam. This would have been a great game for Cam. We knew RJ was hurt from the beginning of this game. Last game, I'll give you a pass. I won't. Let's be clear. He was in uniform. He was on the sidelines. Put him in the game. Play him. What are you doing? But this game, you knew RJ was hurt. You went into the game, and not only did you not play Cam, you played Evan over him. What is this?
Which is
Evan got out the gulag before Cam Reddish. That really happened.
Yeah. And I know y'all want us to be like, just stop talking about Cam, this, that, and the third. Like, it's over. Just
nah.
It just don't make sense.
Nah.
And it's not going to make sense to me. It's not going to make sense to me. I'm sorry.
And I'm going to complain every week because it's really nuts.
It does not make sense.
The 9-man rotation, I kind of got that. That, I didn't like it, but I get it. You got a rotation. It's working. We on 7-game winning streak.
Playing Hart or Sims over Cam Reddish is nuts.
Yeah. But it was working. It was working. It was working, so I get it. But now, seeing some of these lineups,
this is nuts.
This is nuts. It's so, the Wild West.
Like I said, I hated this San Antonio game. I was big depressed. This is when my fire Thibs clock went from moderately cool to moderately hot.
Yeah, warm.
Moderately hot. No, warm is after moderately cool. It goes
it got hot.
Cool. It goes brick, cool, moderately cool, warm, moderately hot, hot. Get the fuck out of here.
You gotta go. Eject.
I was currently at moderately hot. Because this is when I was sitting here like, all right.
What are you doing, bro?
What the hell are you doing?
What are you doing? I usually could look at Thibs' things and kind of rationalize it. Like he played Elfrid Payton a lot in the 2020-21 season. But in my head, I was like, okay, Elf give you defense. Like that made sense to me. I didn't agree with it, but I got it. I don't get it. I don't understand why Cam Reddish was hooping before he got injured. And now he
had a bad game.
Now he's in the gulag so deep that you're going to play Deuce McBride 46 minutes before you give him one?
He's in a gulag so deep that y'all haven't traded him yet. And y'all have him sitting on the bench.
He's there.
So it's like...
I would rather them tell us he's hurt. I would rather them be like hand day to day. Give us something like that. Because then I'm like, all right,
because a DMP coach's decision just doesn't make it looks nuts on the box score. It looks nuts when you see you see the plus minus of other players that are not 3-and-D wings. or they're slashing D wings that we need to play defense.
Yes.
And you're like, wow, maybe I don't want to see Jericho Sims in the corner 3 spot because I know he's not going to shoot it. Like, maybe I don't.
The Sims Hart lineup is so disgusting.
Oh, it's not to be beheaded by the infamous new and improved Mitch and Sims lineup.
The Mitch and Sims lineup is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life on a basketball court, dog. I've literally never seen such nastiness. But I want to save it because we got extended minutes versus Houston and versus Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
Not Cleveland. Why I keep saying Cleveland? Phoenix. Of that lineup. And as far as San Antonio goes, I really don't have much else to say. We played terrible. Like, I want to give them their flowers. They had okay games. Dougie McBuckets was giving us chips. Josh Richardson had a little moment right there. Keldon was hooping. But, like, we lost that game.
Of course we did.
We did not play as good. And I kind of saw it coming because I really think we're just a raw team outside of Julius, RJ, and Brunson. I think most good teams, though, if you don't have your 2 best players, you're going to see a drop-off. Julius has definitely entered that top 2 conversation this past week. But in my head, I think RJ's him and Brunson is clearly him. And without your 2 best players, you're going to struggle. We struggled. But I didn't think we was going to lose to San Antonio.
And we did.
Houston?
Yes. All right. So we watched this together.
We did. New Year's Eve.
In the confines of La Casa de Rue.
La Casa de Rue. New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Houston, Texas.
Yeah. Another good Julius game.
Great Julius week.
Gotta give him his flowers.
We're back to another Julius week. But he's been having a good run. Even when we were selling, he's getting good.
He's doing his job. Yeah. No one can blame him.
He's not to blame for the nastiness of the selling that has
he gets some blame for the Dallas sale because everybody did.
Yes.
It's a team effort of sales. Y'all didn't get the rebound. I don't know why he didn't bring whatever. I'm not gonna go. We done with Dallas.
About all the tall people in the game, but whatever.
At Houston. So Quickly had a good game. Quickly played 40 minutes. Quickly should not be playing 40 minutes. I just spoke about that. I'm not going to talk about it again. It's nasty. But one thing I will say about Quickly is, so he's our 6th man. He come off the bench. You know, he give that spark. He averaged like 12 a game now. I got to look at his exact numbers. But when he gets more minutes, he plays better. Like, he scales up very well. He got 40 minutes. He gave you 27, 7, and 5. That's super solid. That's super solid.
Great Quickly week.
And honestly, I think I hate it. It shouldn't happen. But if Quickly was to go somewhere where he could get 38 minutes a night, I think he's going to average 27 and 5. I think he can do that. And every single time at the end of last year and this year, when we give Quickly 30, 35, 40 minutes, he gives you great production. And
indeed,
that's a good habit.
I will say that his trade value definitely went up this week.
Max.
It definitely went up. You're definitely going to have to give up that first for him.
Yeah.
Just going to put that out there, teams.
Yeah, I can't just have him now.
I've seen him score 30 points, 37 points in a game. We're given the minutes, so.
I want to shout out. So this was Julius's game. Julius was the best player on the court. He just was not being stopped. He was getting to the free throw line at will.
Yes.
Like, they were getting frustrated with how easy he was getting to the free throw line. But he was doing the right thing.
Cooking Jabari Smith Jr. Yeah. He was cooking Sengun.
Like, y'all want to reach? I'm going to teach. And it was just
Who else is out there? Tari Eason was getting some chips.
Yep.
There's a lot of people getting chips on Houston.
Yeah.
I was thoroughly pleased.
Yes. This was a really good win.
Because we had propensity to sell. And it was early in the game. It was like 8. They were like 8 for 12. I was like, yo, are they going to miss?
They was wide. They was shooting crazy.
I was like, are y'all going to miss? Because this is starting to get loose.
But no, I want to shout out Evan Fournier. So we played Evan 20 minutes this game.
Nuts.
Going from Gulag to 20 minutes. He did that. But 2 for 6 from 3, solid. 2 for 2 from free throw line. He played solid. Plus 12, 8 points. He played solid. I thought that mattered to me because I know if we make a move, he's going to be featured in that trade. So I think it has to be. Like, if somebody goes, it's him because he wants to play. Like, he wants to compete for a title. And I respect that. You're 30, go play with Milwaukee or something, go compete for a title.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, just give us something for it of value and rock out. But I thought that was good sight. So this was the first time we saw it. I'm crying at night, just making a scene. Guru Dog is just having a ball right now. It's midnight. It's 12 o'clock, and he was like, it's playtime. But no, this was the debut. This was the first time I saw it. He ran the Mitch Sims lineup.
Let's talk about it.
We got to.
This is the start of something new. It was the start of something new. No High School Musical.
So nasty.
He is absolutely so. Thibs is a maniac. I want y'all to know that right now. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm done sugarcoating it. This brother is mad.
He is a wild
boy. Not know how he gets away with the absolute crimes that he puts forth on television. This is a children's show. I want you guys to know this is a children's show that we are watching. It is rated PG every time you watch a basketball game.
It's a regular.
And you got Tomas Thibodeau putting out lineups featuring 2 5s that cannot shoot and will not shoot. It's not even the cannot.
It's not even
will
4 shooters.
Not shoot. They don't even have irrational confidence to shoot the ball when they know. Like, if we had somebody like say for instance, I don't want him, but if we had like Dwight Howard, right? You know Dwight's pulling that. Like,
100%.
Looking at y'all like, yeah, I was 100%. Open.
Calm.
I was open.
Boogie Cousins are pulling.
I'm telling you, I need somebody out there that's gonna pull. And this man, Tom, said, he looked at me in my face. He looked at me in my face, bro. And he said, yo, I am running this lineup out.
And y'all gonna take it.
And I'm literally going to eliminate 2 offensive options off the floor. And we're going to play 3-on-5 on offense. Yeah. That's what he said.
And on defense, no one will stay in front of their man. And it won't matter because we got paint help. We got mad help in the paint. It's really bananas. I know y'all watching the games. I know y'all seeing this. I know y'all having the same discussions in y'all head. I know watch. Every single time. Because Jericho understands basketball. He understands floor spacing.
Yes.
So if Mitch is in there, he can't be in the paint. It's just 2. You can't have all the people in the paint.
That is just smart basketball IQ from Jericho Sims.
So he spaces. He puts himself in the corner.
It is not the problem. The basketball IQ is not the problem. It is the basketball capability that is the problem.
So wild because they really kick it to him. And every time I'm like, oh, what a knockdown. Because he's open. He's open and I don't realize it's him until I realize it's him. So like Jericho, who usually run point with this? Derek was getting a lot of points. But it's usually quickly. They usually run quickly, yeah. Quickly go, penetrate, defense collapse on him, and you just see a shooter wide open in the corner, and I'm like, oh, money. And then you look and see the big hair, and I'm like, this is Jericho's.
It's crazy because we really out there running like the great value Minnesota Timberwolves lineup.
Yeah.
With Jericho Sims being Karl Anthony Towns, but not shooting.
But not shooting at all. Not even attempting the shots either.
I tell you, the humility is too strong.
He looks to set the screen. It's really a wild take.
He literally sits in the corner and waits for someone to get the ball from him. Like, I'm not even going to dribble because that's just a poor decision.
So, as nuts as it is offensive, let's be clear. This is nuts. This should not be happening at all in the professional National Basketball Association. This shouldn't even be happening in the Lithuanian League. There should never be a situation
where you
throw out 2 lob threats, 2 bigs whose whole game is catch lob. That's all they got on offense. Mitch do be trying, post up every now and again.
Getting touches.
Yeah,
my man be getting his touches.
We been giving him touches.
They heard my public application.
He got some touches this game, right? Versus Houston.
Yes,
he got his
because
touches.
he sold versus San Antonio. Yep. It was disgusting.
Yep.
Terrible Mitch game.
Really nasty. But no, I don't think that anybody should ever play Jericho Sims. I don't like the Sims Hart lineup. And Hart can shoot. He ain't shooting.
He's supposed to be
able to shoot. I don't like that lineup either, but I get it.
I need Obadiah back.
I don't get the Sims.
Obadiah.
I just don't. We need Obi back.
Obadiah.
But I will say, in Thibs' defense, for the madness, we held Houston to 88 points in today's NBA. That's hard to do.
I'm going to put on the table that somehow, some way,
the defense is
we are playing elite defense. Occasionally enough. Like, yes. We will play okay defense and hold somebody to like 100 points, but then we have like 7 elite defensive games that is just holding our average down. Like, out there, just
absolutely
83, 86. Why? Niggas is looking at the box score crazy clamps. Yo, why are they playing?
Crazy clamps. Crazy clamps. We went from 121 and 115 in Dallas and San Antonio. Not even 126 and 122. Sorry,
that's OT.
And Dallas was not OT. Dallas did not need overtime to get 122 points on us.
We play OT versus Dallas.
No, Dallas did. San Antonio. Did I say Dallas? My fault. I think I said Dallas. San Antonio did not need overtime to score 122 points.
So the worst team in basketball.
The worst team in basketball. Absolutely mid. Dougie McBuckets played 20 minutes. Super nasty. But the very next game, we gave up 40 less points. We gave up 88. And then this last game now we about to talk. You had anything else, Houston?
Nah. Good win. Thank you for not selling me into the new year.
Legit.
That's all I needed. Was to not be angry on New Year's Eve.
Yes. That would have sucked. I would have hated that. But no, this Phoenix game, so this was the best win of the year. I'm calling it. I got this win over the OKC win. Mm-hmm. I got it over all of the 7-game streak wins. And here's why. 1, complete game. 2, Brunson's first game back. Very little to no signs of rust. The man still can't make a free throw, and we need to discuss this. I don't know what he's doing. I am very disappointed in his free throw shooting. I am very disappointed in his free throw shooting. However, this was a thorough ass whooping. They scored the first 4 points of the game. They scored the first 4 points. We scored the next 14. They only scored 11 points in the first quarter. That's great defense in any era. In any era of modern, in any NBA era. Holding a team to 11 points in a quarter is crazy. That's a really good defense.
Yep.
A lot needs to go right. We were not fouling. They couldn't hit a shot. We were closing out. Big Julius closeout game. This was the best defensive game I've seen from Julius. I don't know what happened, but he was closing out a lot more effectively. Hands up. He had 16 boards. A good amount of them was crucial. But this was our best win. I'll give you numbers. 28 and 16 from Julius, 6 assists. He was diamond crazy too. Julius had a really good game. Complete game. Brunson had 24 and 6. Him quickly 36 minutes gave you 15, 5 and 3. That's really solid from your starting point. From your starting shooting guard. Sorry. Solid Q game. Evan played good again. I like that. Keeping his trade value nice and solid. We saw a good amount of Sims Mitch today. I want to say we got 4 minutes of
disgusting
Sims Mitch. It was gross. It was really nasty watching.
Why do we keep getting Sims Mitch minutes? Depth to Sims Mitch minutes, please.
Their highest scoring quarter was 27. They never scored more than 27 in a quarter. We whooped them.
Cooked.
We whooped Phoenix. And so Phoenix didn't have Devin Booker. That matters.
That always matters.
But they had way more than enough to not get cooked. They had Chris Paul. They had DeAndre Ayton. They had Bridges. Like, they didn't run out the Spurs lineup. They ran out, a Hall of Famer, a guy getting $100 million. Like, they ran out a good lineup, and they got whooped. It was line to line. Like, they never. I think in the first quarter, we got it up to like 20, 24, and they never got closer than 18. We whooped them. It was
That's
beautiful.
Tough.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Chris Paul had a minus 38.
My guy.
It was just great all around. Jalen Brunson plus 20. Mitchell Robinson game high plus 27. That does matter. They brought it up in the broadcast and I didn't realize it, but the year Mitch was drafted in the second round, DeAndre Ayton was number 1 overall that year. That was Mitch's year. Luka, Trey. So maybe Mitch had a chip on his shoulder, but he outplayed DeAndre Ayton, full stop. And I've said this. I've said that teams that need their big, and I say it with teams that need their wing, because Quentin was locking everybody up for a minute there. But if you rely on one player for your production, there's a chance Mitch could just totally take that guy out the game. And that's why I like our chances versus Philly if we could match up with them. And I love our chances versus Cleveland. But that's a later discussion. But Mitch has this capability. He has the ability to hold, DeAndre Ayton to 12 points on 13 shots, only 5 rebounds. Like, Mitch is that good on defense when he wants to be. It's just a matter of, does he want to? But tonight he did, and he gets his flowers. You got anything on this one?
So full disclaimer, game's at 3:00. I was napping.
I'm sold.
So I only caught the fourth quarter. But when I did catch the fourth quarter, I saw Jalen being him and Quentin Grimes dominant. So I was happy about that.
Yes.
And we was cooking. We was up 23.
Yes.
So I watched the highlights. Great Julius game. Like I said, great Julius week. I'm happy for him.
MVP chance.
I am the Julius hater of this podcast.
MVP chance.
Gotta give him his flowers when he's playing well. I appreciate it. Yeah. He was selling. He was a part of the sales as well, but
he is not now.
He has had to be good at sport this week to give us a chance, and he has been good at sport. So salute.
Yeah.
Great. I mean, 2-2. I won't say it's a great week. I'd say we salvaged a very midweek.
We had our worst loss of the year and our best win of the year, according to me.
That is
in the past
aggressively mid.
That's where we are.
Aggressively mid.
That's who
actions.
We are. That's who we are.
When you talk about that's the best win of the year and the worst win of the year, only the Knicks could do that.
Only us.
That's not something that any other team that could really knock out.
You can't just show up and do that. Like, we built different. The losses put us down. Now we sit 7th in the East. We a game behind 6. Indy is there. I think we can catch Indy. So we was talking about this a little bit off air, but I think Boston, Brooklyn, and Milwaukee are in their own league. I don't want to play any of them. I don't. They're just really good at sport. And then I think tier 2, that's clearly better than everyone else, is Philly and Cleveland. I think we can give those teams a run for their money. I definitely think we could win 1, maybe 2, probably 4 games versus Cleveland. But if it's Boston, Brooklyn, or Milwaukee, I'm not optimistic for Game 5. I'm just being honest. I know us. It could very easily be 4.
Yeah.
But once you get to those, there's like a next group where Miami brought themselves in here with us, injuries. Indiana, Atlanta, Chicago, Toronto. It's a bunch of us tier 3 teams. And I think we can be the best team of the tier 3. If we make a move or two, might put us in that tier 2, but I think we're pretty much locked in this tier 3. And I'm okay with that. We're young. Folks is learning together. Good week. We got a couple topics. Okay, yeah, I just talked about now we on a 2-game win streak because we have to streak.
That's the only way we play.
That's the only way we play. We either losing multiple or winning multiple. That's us now. It's really nasty. We really went from a seven game win streak to a 5 game losing streak. Just absolutely disgusting. But that's how you get 2 games over 500, which is where we sit. Real bad injuries this week with Brunson and RJ.
Terrible.
I think that the injuries long term might pay off. I think seeing quickly for extended minutes, I think that helps us. I miss Obi. I miss Quentin too. Yep. Getting the extra minutes.
He got to work out some of the kinks. You know.
I think him and Julius is really building good chemistry. I think that'll pay off down the stretch.
I think once Quentin get his shot in rhythm, I think it's GG's.
Yeah,
I really do. Yeah. It still looks too good even when it's off.
Legit.
I think he could do what he did with Reggie Bullock, what he tried to do with Evan last year. I think he could build that rapport with Quentin, and Quentin he's a quick sniper. Like RJ is more, methodical when he's shooting. Sometimes he be trying to pull quick, but his release is not quick. Like he got to rise and pull.
And once Grimes gets hot, it's GG's.
Yeah.
He's pulling. If he gets the ball, he's shooting in your face. He's gonna jump and shoot it. 2,
with perfect fall.
Video game finesse. But I do think that like you said, Quentin getting in rhythm. I think in the playoffs you need a guy and another guy.
Yeah.
Will Julius be that other guy? I don't know. But after your 2 guys, if you got one person, maybe 2 that could give you 25 on a random night, that's big. That's big. And between RJ, between Quentin, between Quickly, I think we got a lot of like dynamite, a lot of people that could just go off out of nowhere and hoop. And I like that.
Yeah, but I think my only fear for that is that I feel as though like our offense is still too stagnant for my liking, at least, because I think that when it looks, our offense bothers me mainly because when it's working, we always have the tendency to literally just go at some point in the game, I'm just not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
it's working, so let's stop it.
Frustrating for me. Like, that's frustrating because it's literally like, this is working. They haven't stopped it. Yeah. Now, if they stopped it and you did something else that's not working, like that's what, like certain losses, I don't get mad. Like when we lose to Giannis, I don't get mad because it's like when Giannis is like starting to work, it's like, all right.
Nothing you really could do.
This is what we tried to work this, and now there's like unstoppable force, movable object.
Yes.
So when I see like stagnant offense, I'm like, all right. Why? Like, what game was it? I'm trying to think. It was either the Philly game. No, it wasn't the Philly game.
Not Christmas. Okay.
It was the Spurs game.
Okay.
Where we, like the bad Julius fourth, like where Julius was literally getting double teamed. And I'm looking at Julius and I'm like,
move the ball.
Just pass the ball.
To anyone.
And I understand. Like, I understand at some point in time, like, I'm not going to be terribly objective. If you're the only person on the floor that adequately can get 20 points a night, 25 points a night, you probably should take most of the shots.
Yes.
If you have 2 other players that are not out. Like,
yes.
Like, I expect that. So, but it was like at a certain point in time, you have to tell me, like, as a basketball player who plays basketball for a living, for money, that you
millions,
that you recognize what they recognize that you're cooking them.
Yes.
Like, there's just another level. And I feel like that's just basic basketball knowledge. And I feel like if we can grasp that, like, I feel confident against Cleveland. I feel confident against Philly. Like, not super confident against Philly because, you know.
But I think we could win games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going
to be I can get irrationally confident if I'm seeing the offense humming because the defense was going to round into form eventually. Like, you have Quentin Grimes on the floor and he's gone
Robinson
on the floor.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, those are 2 defenders that
we got 2 and D guys. Like, Mitch is lob threat and D. Quentin is 3 and D.
Yeah.
Like, they are defensive specialists for a reason.
And I respect that. Like, eventually, like, I like to play the law of averages. Like, that's why I get frustrated because I look at stuff like, I look at things that logically should make sense. If I have a perimeter defender out there that with my own eyes is seeing that it's sticking to people like glue, and I have a literal lob threat and defender that every time he doesn't foul, the ball it's literal clamps, like it's over for that. Like that tells me that, hey, my defense should improve.
Yes.
Over time. Like that's literally how it works. Defense is effort.
Yes.
But offense is like skill and technique. Like offense is not effort. Like there are people that make offense effortless. Like that's what I want to see is the next step. And I think we're gonna continue to be stuck in this area. Like I see some promise. Like I was more gloom in like episode 1, episode 2. I see the promise here. Okay. I need us to put it together. Like because it's just gonna continue to be these streaky wins, these streaks that we go on. Like this is another streak that hopefully we can continue to go on. Yeah. But I could see like the chinks is in the armor. Like I don't watch film professionally. Like I watch basketball when it's on television. On TV, like so if I see these, I know Thibs is seeing these. Like I know y'all seeing these. Yes. Y'all smarter than me at this sport. Like I expect that to be the case. So do smarter things. Be
better than you are with knowledge. I will say that. So you're 100% spot on. Once Jalen Brunson steps off the court, our offense is just nothing. Like literally nothing. Honestly, I think that so it was terrible. It is terrible. That shouldn't be the case. But I think quickly earned a lot of trust with Julius. I think quickly earned a lot of trust with Mitch, where like they believe he can run the offense. And I do too. I'm on record.
You are.
3 years ago.
You are.
Not when we drafted that preseason game. I want to say it was a preseason game versus Cleveland. Quickly was going off. I said 5 years from now, we're going to be talking about Emmanuel Quickly, the best point guard in the league. I think he has that potential. He'll never see it here because we will just send him.
Draft picks come to die.
Legit. But I think he can be a good point guard. But I think, like you said, it's a learned trait. It's something that, some folks
have
just
the experience for it.
Yeah.
You got to continue to go through it. Like, this was important. Yes. I would say this was important. Like, if we had to take 5 L's, like, this is what I say after, like, I get through my anger.
Yeah.
Because immediately after L's, I am just fuming and
just a rage box.
It's rage.
Feels 100% feels.
Raging after L's. But after I get down and I think, I'm like, if these 5 L's got us a better Emmanuel Quickly, a better Quentin Grimes, and honestly and truly, like, that's what we need, especially if we're going to improve the offense. Like, improving the offense, I believe, really and truly comes from Jalen Brunson minutes on the floor and Julius and RJ literally picking when they drive.
just don't drive with your head down. Just pick it up.
Like, it sounds so funny, and I've said this over and over again, but just them attacking and looking to attack, but switching it up, like, hitting them with some variety, keep them guessing. Like, I think that you guys have already shown me that you're capable of getting past normal defenders. Like, or even plus defenders.
Yes.
Like, that was my biggest knock on RJ. I'm like, RJ is dribbling into oblivion, and I hate when he does this. He goes into the paint, and then he backs out, and then he goes back in the paint. But now he's like, okay, if you're going to attack me on the left, I'm going to go to the right.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, see how much that
Genius. Works. So smart.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that Emmanuel Quickly and Quentin Grimes gaining the trust of one Julius Randle and hopefully RJ when he comes back and Jalen as well is going to continue to put the ball into other people's hands and allow them to continue to create, because I think that Julius Randle could get 30 points in his sleep if he didn't have to touch the ball all the time. Like, he's scoring at an unbelievable clip right now, and I give him his props, but it could be so much easier for him. It could be so much easier for everybody. Like, You say that you see.
Full stop.
You say that you see like IQ, Grimes, and Toppin as golden. Like you see that.
That's potential. My toxic trait, y'all. My toxic trait is I watch Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green, and I think Obi Toppin, Quentin Grimes, and Emmanuel Quickley can do the same exact thing if given the opportunity. Yeah, but I really believe that in my heart.
And I feel like
they won't ever.
And I feel like the Golden State model is not replicated for the simple fact that
no one shoots like that.
One, no one shoots like that, right? Yeah. But also, no one is like unselfish to that point. Like Steph is literally out there giving y'all 40 minutes of cardio. Just
cardio, just running all around.
Like, and he is best point guard in basketball, and he doesn't have the ball in his hand the majority of the game. Yeah. His power forward does.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and that's how I feel like I got to put myself up against the standard of the best. If the best point guard in basketball is telling me I'm out here giving you 35 just because I'm usually open because I'm doing cardio, like everybody else has to be willing to adjust. And we're not going to be able to do that because Tom Thibodeau is a defensive coach and he is the most stubborn king of them all. And I wanted to say that to transition into the infamous. And we're going to dive more in depth into this about the infamous Tom Thibodeau lineups of.
These lineups have been out of control, y'all.
Of yesteryear.
Out of control. I want to say.
So what's your favorite one so far? Give it to us.
Good.
Because I got one.
Or bad?
Oh no. I went mid.
Mid. I can give you terrible. I said tonight I want to say this particular lineup was only like 2 minutes, but that was still way too long. I want to say tonight there was a point where it was Miles McBride, Quentin Grimes, I guess not. It wasn't Quickly. I don't know. Oh, Evan. Yeah. It was Miles McBride, Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes, Jericho Sims, and Isaiah Hartenstein.
Disgusting.
It was so nasty. The offense looked so confused. There was a point where Evan took it. He was like, all right, I guess I'm the point guard. And honestly, I was like, I guess you are. Like, what is this? Like, I don't know what is up. I appreciate Thibs for trusting Miles to be a point guard. Because Miles was drafted as a point guard. He can play point guard, rah. Yo, this is really nasty. You can't put him out there with two bigs. None could shoot. You can't do that. You can't just be sending folks out there like this. I don't understand Thibs' lineups, and then injuries just exacerbate that way crazy. Like, I was complaining last week about RJ getting 40 minutes a night, which I don't agree with. I think that's not healthy. That's not sustainable at all. But McBride 41 is really wild.
Disgusting.
It's really out of control. That's really a crazy thought, considering that Evan Fournier and Cam they're on the lineup. Like, they are on the roster. Like, Cam was giving you 21 minutes a night.
He was.
And then he got hurt, came back, had a bad game, and we didn't hear from him again. We still haven't. It's really nasty. It's super gross.
So I want to talk about the fact that I feel like Thibs lineups are out here to prove a point. And it's nasty work. It's disgusting work. What is he trying to prove to us? He said
all defense can win in this league.
What is he trying to prove to us? And these are the types of things that get the Fire Thibs o'clock brigade led by myself.
I'm usually not on it. I'm usually not. I'm usually like, let's give them a shot. The defense is defensing.
Because what does the tape tell me? Like, what does the tape tell you, Thibs? I need to know. I really need him to tell me, like, what does the tape tell you that the Jericho Sims plus extra big lineup is crazy? And y'all know I love me some Jericho. Like, I really do. I really do. If I had it my
Jericho
way,
getting better. He's getting better.
If I had it my way, he would get all the backup 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If I'm just asking for a great value, Mitch.
Yeah.
for 12 minutes.
Yes.
Like, he would, but that's just not the political
happen.
case right now. So, but to justify a Jericho Sims, Isaiah Hartenstein lineup, I've been begging for this to end for at least 3 weeks now. I've been begging for it to end. Like, I need
really
Obi
painful.
back. I need Obi back because Thibs, and I said this in pre-pro.
Mm-hmm.
Thibs is operating like a brother with the greenest light I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He got a more green light than Steph Curry.
There's no penalty, and he knows it. He knows that he can do whatever he wants and get no consequence.
And I feel like me, as a 30-year-old man with priorities and stuff like that, if I had a green light the way Thibs got, and I don't coach basketball for a living, I have not dedicated my life to the sport. And I feel like if anybody gave the green light that Thibs has gotten, because no one should have been able to recover from the losses Thibs has recovered from.
Yeah, he's had a couple losses.
He have never been this patient.
I don't understand why.
Never been this patient. Like, this is not James Dolan.
Yeah. And folks say, like, oh, the Thibs era, we wasn't winning then. I think our roster is significantly better than it has ever been. Like, Ron Baker would not see the floor in this lineup.
He wouldn't.
Like, Mario Hezonja, like a lot of those guys.
Moutier would not see the floor.
Yeah, Moutier would not see the floor. Dennis Smith Jr. did not see the floor with this lineup. Like, literally, we have way more talent on the roster than since the Melo era. Like, the good Melo era. Mike Woodson Melo, not Phil Jackson Melo.
No. We don't talk about Phil Jackson.
We don't talk about Phil Jackson. I'm shocked I brought his name up. But, like, Thibs is, we winning. We made the playoffs. We should make the playoffs this year. And I give Thibs credit. He's coaching. He's established a culture on defense. But that don't mean you do whatever you want. That don't mean you just start wilding out.
He is walking around with his nuts on the table, bro. It don't make sense.
He's
to
like,
me.
do something about it.
And to give him his credit, he be throwing stuff at the wall.
Yeah.
And they say like a broken clock is right twice a day.
It's right.
Thibs got like 6 of them shits in his crib, and they all at different times. And he's getting like great wins, like right as soon as the fan base is like ready to tip the boat over. He's like, "Oh, we about to get you now. You lost to the Spurs. You lost to the Spurs. Okay, you beat the Rockets. Okay, you gonna smack the Suns. Like, this is I get the science behind it. But really that's why he's moderately hot with me. He won 2 games, so can't fire him now. Like,
so one thing I will say, not really lineups related, but when I'm thinking of the scope of the year, you brought up a good point of like, these 5 losses, if they get us a better IQ long term, it's a net positive. If it gets you a better Quentin Grimes chemistry with Julius, it's a net positive. So let's be clear. These were terrible losses. Horrible. The Bulls lost.
5 of them.
The Bulls loss should never happen. I'll give the Philly one, I'll give whatever. The Toronto one was disgusting. I'm not giving y'all Pascal Siakam for fucking 52. 52 he's not that guy. You're not that guy. But he was that night. But when you look at our losses, we don't really get punched. And like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because we're always in the game annoyingly. Like, I could never just turn it off and be like, I'm going to go about my day. Because I always feel like we could come back. And I think that's a sign of a good team. So a good team will close out some of these games. Like, we had Chicago. We had Dallas. Like, these were literally games we were winning with under 10 seconds left, and we found a way to lose both. Like, those are terrible. Those are heartbreakers. But hopefully they're learning from these close losses. Hopefully they're building. They're like, okay, we got to make free throws down the stretch. We got to box out. We got to get rebounds. Yes. We got to communicate. Like, hopefully they're learning these things, and I'm hoping that it pays dividends down the road.
They're coming up on,
we'll see,
halftime on the season.
Yeah.
We're getting close to 41 games.
40, what we at? 18, 20 and 18, right?
Yep, 38. So we about 3 games from the midway point of the season.
Yep.
How are you feeling about the team as a whole?
So I gave y'all my tiers. I think that we're not Milwaukee. We're not Boston. Mm-hmm. We're not Brooklyn.
We are not.
Brooklyn is back. Apparently, Steve Nash was holding them back. Have they lost?
Oh my god!
Since he was,
I don't know.
They
losing. Won like 12 in a row, and
they're not losing.
Are blowing everybody out.
Yeah, they're putting people.
I do not need New Jersey to be good.
This is true. Honestly, I'm rooting for Boston.
I'm actively rooting against New Jersey.
Put them out, please. Do not let them get the 1 seed. Please don't let them get the 1 seed
now.
They're the 2. I can live with them being the 2 because in the second round,
they 1 game out of the 1 seed.
Yeah, they can't catch the 1. Please, Boston, don't let them catch. I'm bringing my guy. Shout out Dustin Zarni, my guy. We considering bringing him on for because we're gonna play the Celtics. He's a big Celtics fan, and that's my guy. You know, I think it's a good chat. It's not really a rivalry no more. They're much better than us. But anyway. I don't mind where we are because I came into the season with realistic expectations. I'm not one of those Knicks fans that thought we was winning the chip, but I'm also not one of those Knicks fans that thought this was a terrible team. You added Jalen Brunson to a team that barely missed the play again. We missed the play-in by what, 3 games, 2 games? We was really close to the play-in last year, and we added Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
So in my head, we was going to go, I think we was 37-45. In my head, I was like, all right, we're probably a 500 team now. Maybe a little better if RJ takes a step. That was my thought. We 2 games over 500. I always said we was better than Toronto. I always said we was better than Atlanta. Even after they got Murray, I just think you can't have a defensive liability like Trae Young and win in the league. And I think I'm right. They are not winning like how they should be winning. I'm sure they didn't trade all their draft picks to be 8th or 9th. Even.
They didn't.
And if they did, that was stupid. Why y'all did that? I'm sure they expected to be where Cleveland is, but they not. Cleveland is better than us. I thought they was better than us before they got Mitchell, and then they added Mitchell. So they definitely gonna be better than us. But I'm not mad. We had New Year's. I think New Year's RJ is low, and I don't know when he's gonna show up because he's lacerated. But I really can't complain with this Knicks team. I got to give Julius his flowers. I think we got it as a segment. I think he's playing out his mind, and I'm going to give him his flowers. But overall, I'm feeling good about the team. What about you? Where you at?
All right. So you 28-18. Yep. I'm not feeling terrible about the team. I figured we'd be around here, honestly. I figured we'd be aggressively mid, especially after we did not trade for a star. Mm-hmm. I do believe that I do believe of course, I do believe we need a star. Mm-hmm.
You are actively recruiting a star.
Actively recruiting a star to the New York Knicks. And I say that to say that I could see how this version of the team would benefit from a star in terms of and I'm not saying taking out anyone significant. Mm-hmm. If we had the opportunity to add a star in free agency, I could see this team being really, really good. So I see the potential there. Yeah. I see how a trade could possibly.
Yes. If we somehow are able to just add a star, so on Nick's Twitter, it's Evan, it's the Gulag crew. So it's Evan, Derek, Cam, Obi is in some of them. I want to keep Obi, but I get it. And then we got a boatload of picks. But if those 4 plus a boatload of picks, if that can get you a star, folks are we should consider it. Some of y'all are wilding. Yeah. Some of y'all are thinking
that package is getting us LeBron
in his prime
20 years ago.
They think we getting Luka Doncic for that.
And that's just not the reality.
Also the other way too. Some of y'all are really wilding. I heard somebody say trade that for DeRozan and now we finals contenders. No, we're not. No. We're not. I'm not giving none of that up for DeRozan. You get one protected first for that $45 million contract or whatever he getting paid to be old. But I digress.
I feel like we Star do search. Need. We are. I feel like us adding a star would greatly benefit us.
Yes.
And that gives me a little bit of hope, but it doesn't help my short-term goal of wanting to get to the second round of the playoffs, which I only feel like we get if we are in the top 5, and specifically 4 or 5, because I don't see us being Boston, Milwaukee, or New Jersey. And that's just for selfish reasons.
So let's have a little fun for a little bit. So I pulled up the free agent tracker. So obviously some of these people bird rights, some people are player options.
Yep.
But this year's free agency. So you got Cash Money, he's staying. Chris Middleton, James Harden. Interesting one, Kyrie Irving, who is not re-signing. Let's be clear. They got to win a chip for them to stay on him.
Pass.
D'Angelo Russell.
Pass.
Fred VanVleet.
Pass.
Draymond Green won't be there. He's going home.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook. Kristaps Porzingis.
No.
So it looks like the free agency market. Oh, Miles Turner. This is his guy. This is his guy.
He's not the star I'm looking for, though.
This is his
He's
guy.
not the star I'm looking for.
So it looks like the free agency market won't be it.
It's bare.
This year.
It's bare.
It's
so
bare.
you're gonna have to get it through trade.
Yes.
And I think it's time. I think we're getting close to time. And I think if we don't do a trade this year, it's gonna feel weird. I don't know. Like, are we gonna just go into the summer trying to retool with the team? Like, I feel like I don't know if it's front office pressure. I think obviously it'll depend how we roll into the trade deadline.
Yep.
Like, if we're unbelievably hot, I don't see us making anything super splashy. But if we're on the fence, like if we're still streaking like 3 wins, 3 losses, like I think it would be beneficial to pull a trade. And I feel like if there's something that's out there that people don't know about, like Brad, maybe like
they saying Kyle Kuzma. I hear his name a lot. Where you at on that one?
Kuz?
Yeah, I think he's a good player.
He is a good player, though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's gonna fit here.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna give up Obadiah and Kyle Kuzma.
Obi over Kyle.
Me too.
I'm being
Me
perfectly
too.
honest.
I see the,
and I like Kuz.
I see the potential now, but Obi is the showstopper. Like, he's the garden man. That's
what if you could get Porzingis for Hart and like Hart, Evan, and a pick?
If Porzingis will come back to New York?
Porzingis, yeah, if he'll come back to New York. So we got to take his contract, but he got a player option. He gonna opt in. Why would he opt out of $31 million? That'd be silly as hell. But
Porzingis is coming to play backup to Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah, either backup or start.
No.
I don't think we'll start him over Mitch, but he'll get a lot of minutes. He'll get the Hart minutes. He'll get the Hart Sims minutes.
Hart minutes?
Yeah.
I don't think he would come for that.
He wouldn't come for that? Okay. But would you take it?
Would I take
20
minutes of Kristaps Porzingis backing up Mitchell Robinson? Yes, I would take that.
Noted.
I would take that.
Noted.
And I'm saying that just to be honest. Like, I see, like, at some point in time, like I said, we got to put on, like, our big boy pants. And we love the kids, this, that, and the third, but it's time to make some decisions. Because you're not paying everybody, and you got 4 draft picks coming in next year, and you're not drafting 4 players. So it's like, somebody got what's going on? Like, it's only 12 spots and two ways. So like, what's going on? Somebody has to be made a decision. Like, we got to start making some real decisions here.
Yes.
Like, and that's just me speaking from now and for the future. If you're gonna bring in 4 draft picks and you're not bringing in four, you're gonna probably bring in 2.
I don't even know if we bring in 2.
I think we bring it in 1. Like, I think
second rounder like we did this year. My guess, but keep going.
Yeah, but that, like, at some point in time, you gotta make decisions on the players that you got. That's not to say that you bringing in players. You got to make decisions on Quick. You got to make decisions on Obi.
Damn.
You gotta make.
They decided.
It sounds like they decided, but
yes.
For all intents and purposes, like, he could very well be here after the trade deadline, and you got to make a decision on him.
Yep.
So it's like, are you gonna break up the chem? Are you gonna start to try to establish some new chem? Like, It's time to make some decisions. Like, we made the Cam decision last year. I thought it was a good decision to make for a mid first rounder. But we're not using him, and now it feels like that first rounder went to waste, and that's annoying to me.
We got. So I'm looking at the sports track, whatever. We got Miles. We got to decide on Miles this year, but it's a club option. We got a couple club options. Shout out Leon Rose for the Derrick Rose deal, because that club option was a very smart call. I like Derrick. If you want to stick around, for the low, yes. Giving Derrick Rose $15 million to not play defense is nuts.
Bananas.
It's really nuts. You can't do that.
Can't trade that either.
It's really hard to move $15 million of
non-defense.
I will say, I think, like you said, I think the deadline is like how we're doing around the All-Star break is going to factor in. I don't think we push the chips in and go get a guy, but I do think we make some kind of move. I don't think it's going to be a big move. If you look at Leon Rose, he added Derrick Rose in year 1. He added Cam Reddish in year 2. I think it's going to be along those lines. I'm hoping it's a better fit than Cam Reddish was. I don't know why you would add a wing to a team that has RJ Barrett.
Shooting big.
I don't know why you would add a wing to this.
Is a shooting. If you're not going to go get me a star, get me a shooting big.
Yeah.
Shooting 5 preferably.
Yeah.
Like, where else do we need? You need a shooting big or somebody to back up RJ to get RJ a breather. And honestly, you using Quentin Grimes in that role because you're playing everybody 40 minutes that 40 you like. 40 minutes
for no reason.
So it's like, if you're not going to give me a shooting big, go give me a star.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at with it. But it's halftime. Let's hope we have a better record than for the second half.
So I gotta talk about it.
Let's do it. Give it to him.
Julius Randle is hooping. So there was MVP chance at the Garden. I think that's way out of proportion. I don't have him there. I think the man's an all-star again.
He hooping.
I think he's an all-star.
He's an all-star.
I also think Jalen Brunson is an all-star.
He is also an all-star.
So I'm interested to see what happens of that, because neither of them are going to start. So it'll be coaches.
That's true.
It'll be the coaches. Julius Randle is hooping. He is shooting. I had his numbers pulled up. I want to say he's averaging, I'm not even joking, 24, 10, and like 5. Like, he's playing very good sport. He is sportsing very well. And I got to give him his flowers. I didn't think he could do it. I was definitely on the trade him just to clear room for Obi train. I'm well off that train. I was off after game 3. I thought that he was going to have a good year just because he has a good point guard now, and now he does. But you can't, 37 games of averaging 24, 9, and 4, that's not a fluke. That's really good basketball. And he's playing really good basketball. You got him as an all-star?
Yes.
Yes.
I have him as an all-star. Also have Jalen as an all-star. Obviously. Runs him.
Yeah.
Julius Randle's playing good basketball this year. I have very little to object. When he does have bad spells, they're usually only for a quarter, not the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
So I can appreciate. I'll take 3 good quarter Julius, 1 bad quarter Julius, because I believe in baby steps to
greatness.
To greatness. Yes. I will give Julius credit. It looks like he has earned back the love of the Garden.
I don't think I've ever seen this. Have we ever seen this?
Never. This is not what we do.
Yeah.
So that is some improbable shit.
Yeah.
So I commend him on that, because I didn't think he was coming back.
When the Garden don't like you,
it's over. It's over. So
it is hard to climb out that.
He gets his flowers from me. Like I said, I'm going to be objective on this pod. If the brother's playing good, he's playing good.
Yeah.
I don't mind being wrong if he's playing good. Just don't sell. But I will say, if you have been with us since episode 1, I did ask him to not be mid.
Yeah.
I said, just stop being mid. That's all you got to do. To stop being mid. Stop when you see mid things, walk away.
Legit. legit.
Reject
He
mid.
took your advice.
Reject your mid being and go do fire shit. And you know what he said? Guru, I got you. So what I'm gonna say?
He said I could do that.
I could do that. And I appreciate it, Julius Randle. So salute to you. You are having a good Julius week again, and you are an all-star in my eyes. I voted for you. So I'm looking at the all-star roster right now, right?
Pull it up.
So I'm trying to figure out who is not going that's going to get my guys, Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson in. So LaMelo is not going because he hasn't played enough games. And this is all from the East. I don't believe DeMar is going again.
No.
That would be nuts, in my opinion, from the East.
I think if you're not in the top 10, honestly, you should be in the top 8. Sorry, I got the hiccups. But if you're not in the top 10, I'm sorry. You can't be playing that good. You can't be.
So,
y'all not in the top 10.
I don't think Fred VanVleet is going again. I don't think Murray is going again. But he might. They might sell and give him and Trey in there.
That's
but I
so
think
nasty.
Donovan is going to come over and go.
Yes.
Is Darius going to go? I mean, he's nice too. Like, will they give? My thing is this. So you know they're going to give 2 for each. Like everybody that's
winning
1 through 5 is probably going to get 2 in.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody's going to get 2 in. So it's probably going to be JoJo starting.
I think Philly might get sold.
They might get sold. They might not give it to James. Nah, they might not give it to James. He missed a month.
He missed a month. And he's not hooping. Like, I think if the fans don't get James Harden in, I don't know if the coach is in play as well. Just he hasn't been having that good a year. But at the same time, I could see them putting him in, so that's not crazy.
Like,
but no.
That's it. They got Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna get back in.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, he's averaging 22.
They are losing.
They are losing though. But like Jimmy gets, I think Jimmy, they might get Jimmy in off legacy. Like you know, he might be one of them. Like Jared Allen. I don't think Jared Allen's getting in. Like there's spots to be had. Like I think Julius might take. He's gonna take like LaMelo's spot.
Okay.
He's gonna or even the 4th. He might take Jared Allen's spot because they're not gonna give Cleveland 3. Mm-hmm. If they give him 2, they're gonna give him the point guard and the shooting guard. They're not gonna give him 3.
Okay.
Zach LaVine went in. He's not getting back in.
Nope, not a chance.
James Harden went in. He's not getting. He might get sold. Chris Mitty, he's getting sold because he didn't play this year.
Yeah, he's been hurt. So how they do it? Like how many? So I know starting 5, front court, back court.
Yeah, and then you get
12?
7. You
it's
get
7,
and then you know if injuries has come, then you get replacements.
Copy.
So I think we get 2 in off the 7. Like I'm so serious.
I'm looking.
I think we get 2 in off the 7. Like I think we get the original 2 in.
I'm looking. I'm giving you Donovan hooping. I'm giving you Jalen Brown hooping.
Yeah, that's 2.
That's it. That's the only 2 ones I'm giving you, and I think they both starting. If Trae Young gets in, it's pure fan love.
Trae Young is gonna get in.
He's getting, but I don't think he should be starting. Mm-hmm. I don't think he should be starting, and then I think
in the point guard, they're gonna start Trae Young. Who they gonna start from the East?
So the way they do it is 2
Kyrie.
Guards.
They're gonna start Kyrie.
Don't they do 2 guards, 3 front court?
Yeah,
so it's just 2 guards.
They're gonna start Kyrie.
No, it's gonna be Mitchell and it could be.
I think Kyrie's gonna get voted in. I think Kyrie's gonna get voted. I can see that. That's just.
I can see that.
I'm
that's
telling
real.
you.
Yeah, that's real.
I think Kyrie's gonna get voted in, and Trae Young is gonna start, and then it's gonna be JoJo, KD, and Giannis.
If it's Trae Young and Kyrie over Donovan Mitchell, throw the game away. Throw the whole game away.
Atlanta, Cleveland.
If Trae Young and Kyrie Irving get in
over Donovan Mitchell, the fan vote is kind of nuts.
The fans supposed to love Donovan. I thought he was the
he playing Cleveland.
Y'all told me he was the one. He just dropped 70.
He playing Cleveland. You just told me that they tickets is $14.
They tickets are $14. I was gonna bring it up.
That's what you told me.
I can't believe how poverty this franchise is. But if Trae Young, what's their record? What's Atlanta's record?
They sell it.
They are aggressively selling. If y'all vote in Trae Young and Kyrie, I'll give you Kyrie over Trae Young. I can't give you Trae Young. I'm sorry.
They're going to vote Kyrie in. They're going to vote Kyrie, KD, Giannis, JoJo, and then it might be Trae Young.
If they vote Kyrie in, I'm okay with that. If the coaches put Kyrie in, it's a discussion. It's a discussion.
I agree.
It's a discussion.
They're not going to put Kyrie in. The coach is not going to put Kyrie in.
If the coaches put Kyrie in over Jalen Brunson, what's up? Something's up. Everyone else I'm looking at, including Tyrese Halliburton, I'm taking Brunson over.
Yeah.
Taking him over Harden.
If they put Tyrese in over Jalen, I'm fighting.
Yeah, it's legit. Legit. Hands.
Feet.
And feet. Either they both in or only Jalen.
Yeah. Those are the only two options you got.
Y'all got. Yeah. As I'm looking, yeah. Nope. No Tyler Hero, no Tyrese Maxey, no Bradley Beal, no LaMelo, no DeRozan, no Levine, no Jonte Murray. Nope. They losing. You can't be a loser and an all-star. What about the front court? What the front court looking like?
I think Julius gets in. I think I think there's not. If we talking 6 front court players better than Julius Randle in the East right now, JoJo, Giannis.
So 3 will get voted in.
Yeah,
it's gonna be KD, Giannis, and JoJo.
Yeah,
we know that. Jason Tatum got to get in.
Yeah,
honestly,
he might get voted in too over one of them. He might.
Maybe KD because KD don't like them. JoJo and Giannis is locked.
Yeah.
They going.
When Celtics are good, like they usually get one of them usually gets voted into the starting. Like
that is true.
They have that level of fan.
I would be curious to see where that landed.
I think it would be Jason. It would be either Jason or KD. But KD might get voted in. I think it might be Jason or JoJo, honestly. Because
JoJo, if JoJo don't get voted by the fans, throw the fans out.
I respect that. But you got to think about it. Giannis international. JoJo international Giannis, too, but not like Giannis, and not like KD.
I hear you.
That's just me.
I hear you.
The international market is crazy.
That would be really nasty. But as I'm looking, honestly, I think Julius is a lock.
Yeah, he is a lock.
As I'm looking,
he is a lock.
Right now, they got him in the 6th slot by points, by fantasy points. I like that they put this up here. By fantasy points, he's 8th. Somehow behind Porzingis and Siakam, who's incredible. He's amazing, and Jimmy. But they losing. I'm sorry. If you don't have a winning record, I don't want to hear shit. If you not over 500, I don't want to hear it.
I respect that.
I don't want to hear nothing. Y'all are losing. You lose more than you win. You either gotta be mid or good. And right now we 2 games over. I think we're gonna hover around this 2 games over. If we get the RJ I'm expecting, I think we're gonna be a little better. But I think we got 2 all-stars. I could see both of them really getting all NBA votes. I want to see Quentin Grimes get some all defense votes. I hope that the coaches see that because he's clamping. Like, he's playing good defense. And Mitch. Honestly, Mitch, too. Like, they should get some votes. But we'll see how it goes. It'll probably just all go to Thibs, Coach of the Year. But we'll see.
Jeez. All right, it's time.
We got the Rowan Report. The quick Rowan Report. 1 game.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
The Rowan Report.
So yes, I am RJ Barrett's #1 fan because I am closest to Canada. I've been his fan since a while. And every week I give y'all the Rowan Report. But this week,
there's none.
2 minutes into the week, Luka Doncic decided to go Logan and slash my guy.
The Wolverine.
The Wolverine. So we get nothing today.
Sorry, guys. But it is really, really time for the previews.
Game 1 better be a win.
Game 1.
If this it should be a fun win.
Again.
I want a fun win.
Blowout.
If this isn't a blowout, we got it.
Bet the over on 25.
Yes. Yes. We need to put them.
Yeah, they need to be put.
They need to be put.
I didn't like last week at all.
They need to get on the plane distraught. We need to kick their ass. We shouldn't have lost the first time. I'm attributing it to not having Brunson.
I'm attributing it to absolutely selling to Luka.
That too. Selling is crazy. But if Brunson plays, this should not be a close game. This, honestly, was it Svi? I'm on
Speed should get 10 minutes.
10, legit though. Like, I want a lot of speed minutes. Oh, not tonight.
Love a boring
Tomorrow
win.
Night. Boring win. Like the Phoenix game. Honestly, I'm not even going to give y'all no stats. I got no stats.
You got the
they
one
are
stat.
Tanking.
W.
We should
Us not tanking.
Don't lose to a tanking team twice in a week.
That would just... So I got us as a win as well. I'm just putting on the record, and I want this to be known, and this is going to be in the clips.
Yep.
If we lose this game, I'm going to be so angry.
Oh, I'm right with you.
I'm going to be so angry.
Right with you.
Unbearably angry. You may see me in the street. Don't talk to me.
We can't lose to San Antonio. We can't.
Not twice.
Not twice.
Not twice.
And when we played them, we played them.
We played them last Wednesday.
We played them last Thursday.
Last Thursday.
Not even a week. We played them on Wednesday. We played them last Thursday. That's 7 days. You know their tendencies. It ain't changed much from a week ago. And they are still.
What are they gonna do different?
They are
still tanking.
Don't lose the game.
Unashamedly tanking. Do not lose the game. Knickerbockers, do not lose this game. Not after this great Suns win we just had.
I don't know what the spread is. Take the spread.
Take the spread.
Whatever it is, take the over.
And then take 2 more points over the spread.
Yeah, take some points. This should be double digits, and I don't think it's going to be
a double digit spread. This should be out for blood. This should be out for blood.
Yes.
Like, why did we lose to you guys last week? That's the type of win I want.
Full stop. Next, we got Toronto.
LeBronto. Another rematch I need. Yeah. I'm also taking us winning this game.
I also got us winning this game for the rematch factor.
Yes.
They put you. Honestly.
I need this to be the week of redemption. Honestly.
I need Siakam for the under.
Yeah.
I need Siakam to get less than 20. What he averaged? 26 and a half. I need him to get less than that.
I need him at 18 points.
18 points. I need Julius to have learned. It said, okay, I'm going to do something different this time. I'm not going to let him give me 50 points. 52 points.
Don't short my mids. Don't short my mids.
Let him get 52 points. Take the under. The rest of the team outside of Siakam is super raw. They are 5 games under 500. They are some mid. They are running 5 power forwards or 4 power forwards in Fred VanVleet. It is the nastiest lineup. They have no shooting. The Mitch Sims lineup is their starting lineup. That's
nasty.
That's their default. We can't lose to them twice. Honestly, I don't got no stats for this one either. We lost to them. We lost to them.
They are rolling out 3 power forwards. Once again, 3 power forwards. That is one. I'm sorry. 4 power forward. I made the same mistake last time. 4 power forwards. One Juancho, Hernan Gomez, brother of Billy.
Ain't that the one from the movie?
Yes, that is the one from the movie. Bo Cruz.
Bo Cruz cannot give you chips twice.
Pascal Siakam, the 52 burger. OG Anunoby and Scotty Barnes and Fred VanVleet. Aubrey VanVleet is out there with 4 power forwards on the basketball court. We cannot lose.
We can't lose.
We cannot lose. And I'm tired of us. I'm going to be very angry if we lose this game.
Yes.
I'm placing high expectation on this week because I'm angry at all these losses.
Well, we can move on. So I'll be real quick. I'm looking at Pascal Siakam's log, and one of these things is not like the other. 19, 17, 27, 38. I don't know where that came from, but 52. And then 26, 25, 26, and then 26 tonight. He is not a 50-point guy. He's one game over 40. He's 1 game over 40 this year. Like, come on. Don't
Let's be a part of 90 points in 2 games is disgusting.
Nasty word.
We was a part of a 45-point average over 2 games.
Next
game
at Milwaukee, right? In Milwaukee or
no? We are at the Garden.
at the Garden.
Giannis in the Garden. Giannis in the Garden.
That's the loss. That's the loss. They got any injuries? What Cash Money doing? He got hurt again. Is there any hope?
I feel like Cash Money is out.
Oh, Cash Money is out?
Yeah, he's out.
Because we had them.
Giannis also might be out. He's day-to-day with a knee injury.
Oh, well, let's be clear. If Giannis is not playing, we better win this game. This is a free win. Very raw lineup.
Drew Holiday's day-to-day with a hamstring.
Honestly, no Drew. We should be good. So here's my theory. So let's be clear. I got us as a loss.
Yes.
I'm going to give y'all some sports on this one. I'll give y'all some stats and numbers and lines. So my theory, I've said it on this episode. With front court players, I trust that Mitchell Robinson is going to either make them work or take them out the game.
Yes.
And for the most part, he does that. Even on Christmas Day, Joel Embiid, he got his 35, but he made him work for those 35.
Yes.
So Giannis is going to have to work for his legally, not legally, and JoJo legally, and for his 32 a game. He going to have to work for it. And outside of Giannis, raw lineup. Really raw lineup, especially if there's no Cash Money. If Cash Money Middleton is there, maybe a different story.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's not, and it's just Giannis, if Drew also isn't there, if they don't have their best three players, you got to win. You got to beat any NBA team without their best three players.
Yes.
But if just Giannis is playing, that one is enough. That one is enough. But if it's just him, I think we got to punch his chance. If it's just him, I'm taking us. But if they got two,
they get up for the Garden, man. It's ridiculous.
Take Giannis on the over. Whatever the over is, take
especially in the Garden with Giannis.
If
Giannis
it's in the Garden, I don't know what the line is. He's getting 50. He's gonna get his. But
I can think of terrible Knicks moments that are with Giannis in the Garden. Remember he tore Porzingis' ACL. Porzingis dunked on Giannis and tore his ACL.
Nasty.
Disgusting.
You remember Super Mario? Yeah. Boomed it on him.
Remember he leaped over Timmy? He leaped over Timmy and dunked on him.
And boomed it.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Giannis in the Garden does not bring good memories for me. I'm taking us losing this game as well. Just because if Giannis is playing, I'll say if Giannis is playing, I'm taking us losing.
Yeah.
If Giannis is not playing,
we'll see. I'm listening.
If it's just Giannis,
because Cash Money and Drew give them a lot, and Drew gave Jalen problem. Drew gives everyone problems. It's Drew Holiday. But
defensive,
they are built to stop us, and it's annoying how they're built to stop us.
Their best defensive players are specifically geared to stop our best offensive players.
I don't want no parts of them in the playoffs. They literally have
everybody that's good at defense,
power forward defender, and the best point guard defender, and most of our scoring comes from our power forward
on the same team.
This is true in the league too, not their best defender. I think Drew Holiday is one of, if not the best point guard defender in the sport.
Yes.
Like him and Marcus Smart is 1 and 1A, and I got him at 1.
Yes.
Giannis is by himself. Giannis is just the best defender. Yeah, there's any year he doesn't get defensive player of the year, it's just hate. Like it's just really hate. They just started giving it to him.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, it's just hate. They just don't want to give it.
He had award fatigue with Giannis. It was like we gave him MVP and defensive player the same. Yeah, they gonna start calling him Jordan. Like I don't need none of that.
The LeBron. It's the LeBron because LeBron never got it. So LeBron was like, yo, can't we just give it?
Throwing that out there like that.
But if it's none of them, I think we win comfortably. If it's Giannis and one, I think they win. If it's just Giannis, we got a shot. If it's just one of the other two, and honestly, if Cash Money and Drew somehow play. So I'm looking at the injury report. It's saying out, day to day. So it really is like a toss up, like day to day,
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's going to be.
They could wake up feeling all right on Sunday because it's at the freaking Garden.
And then
it's on Monday.
Punch us. Awesome nastiness. Also, my pop's birthday. Happy birthday. If you listen to this, he probably not. But January 9th. Hopefully, we could give him a dub. If the injury report holds true and it's out, just Giannis and George Hill is also day to day, he be hitting shots. I think we win, especially how the last game ended because we had them.
Yes.
We had them down the stretch. That was RJ's first good game. That was the Bum J era. He was really bumming it, but he had a really good game that night, and he took that wild three. It wasn't the best shot. It wasn't the worst shot. I didn't want it. I wanted a point guard to be a point guard in that situation. I won't rehash old things. But, yeah, I got us going 2-1 most likely. But if injuries go our way for once, 3-0 is really possible.
And, I mean, that's what we could hope for, right?
Yeah.
All right, it's time.
Knicks for clicks.
LOL Knicks.
LOL Knicks. I got a butte.
Oh, man. Start us off.
Let me pull this one up. So, let me be clear. Knicks Twitter is the Wild West these days.
It is.
I don't know if y'all are
still in
there.
shambles.
Still in shambles. So, the agendas don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They are happy we was on the loser streak.
Yep.
They couldn't be happy we was winning. Now we winning again. The MVP chance in the Garden. Yep. So, they like, we should trade them.
Burning their skin, burning their ears off.
They really don't know what to do. And I love this. But Knicks for Click tweet of the day is the dumbest proposed trade I think I've ever seen. Honestly, I kind of think it's trolling, but in the comments, he was defending it. So at Donald P47082631. Kind of make me think this is a bot, because what is these numbers for? Is this your phone number? That's weird. But he was defending it in the comments. His bio says Knicks for life, diehard Knicks fan. His name is 24/7 Knicks. But this tweet makes me think he's a bot. So, I'll do, it's a picture. The picture is Russell Westbrook. And then on the other side, so it's Russell Westbrook below a Lakers logo. And then below a Knicks logo is Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. And the tweet goes, Leon can reset the rebuild with this trade. Build around the kids he drafted, quickly Grimes and Obi, and then use the draft capital and cap space to acquire a legit wing. This is why you should not be doing drugs, people. This is why tobacco is wacko if you are on Twitter. This is one of the nastiest takes I've ever seen in my life. Not only is RJ in the trade, Julius is too. Or Russell Westbrook, age 33. It was too disgusting. I couldn't pass it up. In the comments, somebody was like, I gotta unfollow you for it. And he was like, thanks, thumbs up. Like, he didn't care that he was being unfollowed. It's really a wild time, but can't with Knicks fans, man. You got any?
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear it.
Oh, yeah. So my Knicks for Clicks comes courtesy of the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, first celebrity Knicks for Clicks. All right, so Shaq was recently asked about the Knicks.
Okay.
And of course,
he had to respond in Shaq fashion.
Of course. So he said he's not impressed with he wasn't impressed with the win streak, and obviously no one was impressed with 8 games of winning. Like that's very easy to do in basketball.
It's an everyday occurrence.
But basically, to make a long story short, short story long, he basically said he was unfazed by the win streak, in that we are not getting out of the first round of the playoffs. And I think that's Knicks for Clicks for several reasons. The first reason,
that's moving the window. That's moving the goalpost crazy.
So crazy.
Because they did not have us in the playoffs before the season at all.
So that's why I'm saying it's Knicks for Clicks.
Yeah.
So in a way, it's more of a compliment than it is an insult, because first of all, you put us in the playoffs.
Yeah.
No one had us in the playoffs when the season started. There was LOL Knicks for Clicks, ha ha ha. Now we are being looked at as an actual playoff team. Secondly, you saying we're not going to get out of the first round of the playoffs. you still didn't have us in the playoffs. So at this point in time, now you're calling us overachievers. So I'm trying to figure out where's the insult here.
Yes. It's really nice. I feel like whatever the Knicks do, we're gonna get the hate.
They just move the goalposts for us all the time.
All the time.
It's crazy. Even the fourth seed season, like,
yeah,
it was crazy how they moved the goalposts through us. Like
during the season, like the season.
It was
started.
like, yo, if the Knicks don't make the playoffs, that's a lost season. And I'm like, we haven't won anything
in a while. We've made the playoffs once since 2014. That's 9 years. 2023.
Yes,
that's 9 years ago. Not even 2014, 2013. I don't think we made it in 2014.
Never allowed to enjoy our team.
Yes.
It's disgusting. And this is why Knicks Twitter is in shambles.
But yes,
the agendas.
Honestly, I could see us winning in the first round of the playoffs, losing to the eventual champion. Whether it's Brooklyn, Boston, Milwaukee. But I think whoever comes out the East is winning it.
I'm saying, like, it's not even the trade deadline didn't even get here. Like,
yeah,
you just actively hating
for no reason.
It just,
honestly, if we lose in the first round of the playoffs, I think that's a successful season.
Yes.
No one had us in the playoffs. None of y'all had us in the playoffs. Not even the own fans. And it's like we made the playoffs with just one acquisition. We still got all our draft capital. We still got, pieces we could easily move. We got pieces we can attach to folks with bad contracts. Like, Evan, like, we're in a good spot as far as an improving team is concerned.
Yes.
So, like, we're not at our ceiling right now at all. And for folks to act like, making the playoffs isn't a good thing is bananas. It's agenda Twitter. Knicks with clicks. It's really gross. Full stop.
LOL Knicks.
Full stop.
That's greatness.
But yeah, no. I'm excited about where the Knicks are. I'm glad we're in that space where folks are making fun of us, talking about we could be a first round exit. We've promoted. That is improvement. That's not where we was before the season.
We was not in the playing conversation last year. So.
Legit. Folks didn't think we was a playing team. Now they know we're gonna make the playoffs. Hell, I'll take that. I'll take that every time.
These are people who know more basketball than me.
Legit. That's a wrap.
Yes, it is.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Upstate New York Knicks podcast.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Mo Brown. Follow me at MoBreezy213.
Your boy Van Deezy. Follow me everywhere at Frostman Guru. Follow the company at Smooth Family ENT.
Yes. Also follow us, the pod itself, at Upstate_Knicks.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all joining the Facebook group. Facebook group been fun. Y'all got some takes. I love it. I love it. I love a hot take. I love a hot take.
Keep them coming. Invite your Knicks friends and whatnot.
We
keep the conversation lively. Love talking Knicks.
Absolutely. Also, not to ruin the mood, but I do gotta say something. We wishing speedy recovery for DeMar Hamlin from the Bills. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Wishing nothing but the best. Shout out to everybody that donated to his foundation too. He got like a toy drive. He was looking to raise $2,500, and folks poured in. I think they said $300,000 at the last check. So it's good that people are, showing that man love.
That's what's up.
I heard he was in stable condition, not the best. He's still breathing with the machine and all that, but get well soon. We need you. Also, I need you because I need the Bills to hold me down and mush the Pats out the playoffs again. Can't let them win. But in all seriousness, get well soon. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's much love. We are the Upstate New York Knicks fans, and y'all take it easy.
Yes. See you next week.
Yes, off the dubs.